You know, we talk in this channel about the plethora of great hometown heroes across North America, the world, but this goaltender has done so much in hockey and has done so much for hockey in Springfield, Massachusetts, which I consider probably one of the most important hockey towns, no pun intended, in the world. Daniel Bowden, a longtime contributor, requester on our channel, mentioned this guy the other day because I did a podcast on the great Wayne Wood, the two-time Memorial Cup champion, that had a good WHA career. Did many shutouts, and Daniel said in passing in the comment section, why would you mention somebody else that only had a couple of shutouts in WHA but did so much that, again, he's legendary. So today we're going to be talking about AHL Hall of Famer, the great, the impressive, the dedicated, the intelligent, the talented Bruce Landon. Now, it's considered by memory, Bruce is considered by many to be the person that is synonymous with hockey in Springfield, Massachusetts. There's been a lot of good people over the years. Now, the native of Ontario was drafted as a goalie by the Kings in '69 and joined their AHL affiliate in Springfield that fall, helping the club reach the Calder Cup finals in 1970 before winning the title in '71. Now, don't forget the Kings had a lot of legendary players that year. Those years, Butch Goring, Billy Smith, all the key ones. He also had brief stints with the Jacksonville Barons and Rhode Island Reds before returning to Springfield in '77. But a knee injury forced him to retire that December at the age of 28. Now, he got into the AHL Hall of Fame, but let's talk about his time in the WHA. It's very, very impressive. Now, talking about the draft. Now, in the 5'9", 175-pounder, born in Kingston, Ontario, got his first major start with Peterborough of the OHA. His first season in '68 wasn't the best, 3-8-7, but his second campaign, a strong 18-14-8 record. Now he tied for the OHA shutouts lead with Peterborough in '69. Now the Kings had scouted him for quite some time. He was taken in round 4, 39 overall. Now he was known by two very, very strange nicknames, Batesy and Boo, which I think has to do with his strong personality. He was very good with the fans, his teammates, with the community. Now, again, he played on the Springfield team that reached the AHL Calder Cup finals in 1970, won the AHL Calder Cup with the team in '71, but did not appear in the playoffs due to a massive injury. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, he was selected by the New England Whalers in the '72 WHA General Player Draft, which, of course, was the first draft in that league's history. Now, he signed the WHA contract with New England in May of '72, and eventually was selected by Nova Scotia of the AHL from LA, his NHL rights, in a reverse draft of June 1972, and Nova Scotia was a Montreal affiliate. Now, he played on the '73 New England Whalers squad that won both the WHA's regular season title and the inaugural '73 WHA World Trophy Championship, which is called the AFCO Cup. Now, he worked initially at hockey schools and later he's followed out Springfield-based constructors business during off-seasons of his playing days. Now, he was also a baseball fan. He played shortstop in New England's off-season charity softball team. Now, he retired after failing to make New England's WHA roster out of training camp in '74 and settled most of the '75 season working as an insurance salesman before rejoining the Whalers organization late in the season. He retired for a final time due to a knee injury midway through the '78 campaign after playing 14 games again with Springfield of the AHL. He won the AHL Ken McKenzie Award for the league's best team promotional work with Springfield in '79-80. He also won the AHL James C. Hendy Memorial Award as the league's top executive with Springfield in '89. Now, as GM of Springfield, he won back-to-back AHL Calder Cups in 1990 and '91, which is kind of interesting. We'll get back to the AHL stuff here. Now, he had played with the Jacksonville Barons again and the Rhode Island Reds before returning to Springfield in '77, but a knee injury ended his career at 28. Now, he immediately took a marketing and public relations position in the Indians front office, and again honored with the Mackenzie Award. Landon was also again the GM of the Indians in 82. In 89 was selected a winner of the James C. Hendy Memorial Award as the league's outstanding executives. Now, what was ironic about the back-to-back Calder Cups, he did it with two different NHL affiliates, the Islanders in 1990 and the Hartford Whalers in 91. Then in 94, with the Indians moving to Worcester, Landon helped organize a group of investors and purchase an expansion franchise to keep the American Hockey League in Springfield. Now, Landon was president and GM of the Springfield Falcons from their inception in 91 until stepping down in 2014. He then continued to serve the club as director of hockey operations and entered his 39th season as an executive in Springfield in 2016. Now, for his outstanding career contributions to the AHL, he received the prestigious Thomas E. Bright Award in 2002. Now, the investment group, I did a little bit of coverage on that because some of the Maritime players I was covering ended up in Springfield that year. Now, the league, again, which is based in nearby West Springfield, was keen to maintain a presence in the city that has been hosting the team in the AHL and its predecessors for all but 7 years since 1926, again, with the Falcons. Now, the Bruce Landon night in Springfield was held at the Mass Mutual Center on November 3rd, 2007, and when he stepped down from the team, he retired shortly before the team was relocated to Tucson, Arizona. He was subsequently named a senior consultant by his successor franchise, the Springfield Thunderbirds, until retiring at the end of the 2017 season. And of course, Springfield, the famous event everybody still talks about, one of the nicest sporting events in Springfield history. He was honored by the city on June 15, 2016, by the renaming of a downtown street, Bruce Landon Way. Now, let's continue. He also worked as a radio color commentator for Springfield following retirement late 77 through the 79 season. So you're saying, where did he take a break? I'm going to tell you where he took a break. He had some really rough injuries in his career. We'll go over that a little bit. He missed most of LA's 1970 training camp with a broken thumb. He also missed parts of the 71 season due to not one, but two shoulder separations. The first occurred in the Springfield season opener after a collision in the crease. The second, from another crease collision, required season-ending surgery. Again, while he was out, future Hall of Famer Billy Smith became the team's #1 goalie and helped Springfield to the Calder Cup. Now, he missed the remainder of the 76 playoffs for the WHA with torn ligaments and tendon in the right ankle, suffered during the Game 1 of their second round playoff series at Indianapolis on April 16th, 76. And of course, the career-ending knee injury at practice with Springfield in December 1977. Wasn't the biggest goalie on the planet, and that's probably why. 5'7", 5'8" goalies can be fragile as they get older. Now, talking about the group sales situation, when he was in the ticking division for Springfield, from 77 to 79, he drew a lot of interest league-wise because his way of dealing with the public was considered de rigueur in promoting the AHL. A very personable guy. Again, worked marketing and public relations, and he's done pretty well every job that a Springfield AHL player and executive needs to do, or management. Just a tremendous legacy. And I heard about Bruce indirectly when I was start covering the AHL after I started my career in 1986, and a lot of people said, well, maybe if they had a Bruce Landon in Frankton or Moncton or these teams, they would really know how to do publicity, because doing publicity for the AHL is not the same as doing the NHL. You gotta go, because the bottom line keeps you going for the next year. You can't take a mental break. So rough AHL stats. Let's go over those as well. 1970 with Springfield, 45 games with a 3.74 average. 71 15 games, 72 32 games. New England the first year, he was technically the backup, 15 11 1 in 30 games with a 3.59 tally. And again, like Daniel said, had that one shutout. Very rare back in the WHA days. 74 played 3 games with the Jacksonville Barons. 74 24 games with the Whalers. with ironically 24 minutes at penalties. 11-9-2 record, 3.55 average. 75, 7 games with the Whalers, 3 games with the Cape Codders of the AHL. 76, 38 games with New England. 14, 19, and 5 with 3.47 average. 77, 10 games with Rhode Island Reds. Providence Reds, technically. He went 3 and 5. 77 again with the Whalers, 23 games with a 8-8-1 record, and 78 with Springfield in the injury season. 14 games, 5-4-2 with a 4.84 average. So for the WHA, these are really decent numbers because he was seeing a lot of pucks, ladies and gentlemen. He played 122 games in WHA with 2 shutouts, 3.46 average, 50, and 9, and a decent 89% save percentage. Now, Bruce, I think his induction into the Hall of Fame is kind of the first of many recognitions that we knew he was going to get. But he was also inducted with major recognition into the Massachusetts Hockey Hall of Fame in 2014. You make the Massachusetts Hockey Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen, you're up there, because just like New Brunswick Sports Hall of Fame, various provincial and U.S. Hall of Fames, you make these. When you think hockey, you think Massachusetts. There's many sections of Massachusetts, great players, great franchises. So have him among their lineup just shows you how strong the Massachusetts Hockey Hall of Fame is. You don't just get in for playing, a couple of seasons in major hockey. You got to be the best of the best. Now, for the people in Springfield, Massachusetts, I'd like to thank you for the support. We have followers from there, that part of Massachusetts. I got friends and family down there. We appreciate your support. If anything about Springfield hockey we'd like to see you do a podcast on, let us know. Give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, Bruce Landon is the yardstick for people to learn how to do all aspects of hockey. As a player, PR, ticket office, assistant. He could have been a head coach, but like I said, could have been a goalie coach. But he's too busy selling tickets and running the team. Come on, give him a break. He can't do everything. So that's the story of the legendary, and I mean legendary, Bruce Landon. If you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget, when you play with Billy Smith in minor league hockey, you learn both sides of the coin. You learn how to get along with people, and you'll learn how to get along with people that don't get along with people. Made it perfect for being a GM, because the people that liked and didn't like Billy Smith, heads or tails, is like Don Cherry. Either you hate him or you love him. There's no in between. But everybody agreed that Bruce Landon, again, a very dedicated individual to hockey in all facets, especially in Springfield. Have a good day. Bye.